The beautiful game has turned ugly. Everywhere we look, we see gambling adverts.
When you bet fair on football, you get daily rewards. Because sometimes you just gotta take the money and run.
Sign up today with Betway and win free.
Bet365, the world's favourite online sports betting company.
Royal Sports. This is betting. £100 rewards club. Loyalty is dead. Live for rewards.
888 Sport gives you £88 in free bets.
So every time you collect 3 matchday stamps, you get a £5 free bet.
Sky Bet. That's betting better.
The debate about gambling in football has intensified with the news that Premier League and England striker Ivan Toney has been charged with 262 betting offences. But can we really blame him? He wears a shirt that proudly states Hollywood bets and even once played in the Sky Bet Championship. Players and fans are surrounded by the bright and vibrant logos of the betting company, and it is so easy to find yourself immersed in gambling. Even on the streets, bookies are everywhere showcasing their special odds, and with the ongoing cost of living crisis, the idea of winning money is better than ever. On TV, a university study from 2020 which looked at 5 Premier League matches found that a gambling sponsor was referenced every 21 seconds during the broadcast. Even on the betting adverts, they will replicate the positive football culture to try and link those good football feelings to betting. Shockingly, statistics from the Gambling Commission show that 43% of the UK population participates in gambling every year, and a significant portion of these gamblers are children. Children are so easily influenced, and when they go to watch a football match, they are guaranteed to see some sort of gambling advertisement. After all, 7 Premier League teams have a gambling sponsor on their kit, and I believe this constant exposure and normalisation is a huge problem. If you ask anyone under the age of 18, not old enough to gamble, to name betting companies, they would go on and on for ages. Some of the world's biggest ballers, heroes to many, are playing football with a gambling logo on their chest, and one of the best things about football in this modern era is how players are stepping up to be role models in their community and promote good behaviours, but at the same time, they pose as poster boys for one of society's biggest problems. To me, what's even scarier is virtual football video games like the FIFA or EAFC video game series promote gambling to kids. In the game mode Ultimate Team, you can purchase FIFA points to buy player packs or loot boxes for up to £80, and there are countless examples where children as young as 7 years old have spent all their mums or dad's money on fictional FIFA players. And anyone out there who plays FIFA or EAFC knows too well that you have to spend a ridiculous amount of real life money to get something good out of your packs, and this, my friends, is technically gambling. EA fuels this addiction by dropping a new batch of special shiny cards, some being limited time purchases and incredibly hard to get, so of course, kids are spending a lot of money to get the new cards before their promo time runs out. Now, you could argue in this case that people need better control, or parents should be more aware of their children. However, the game itself is a PEGI 3, and if you deep it, Ultimate Team is a casino disguised as a game, and EA know full well their game is like this, as every year, Ultimate Team is the main focus as it is the moneymaker. Going back to real life football, it is a fact that the focus is money. I say that due to the ever increasing ticket prices, the high wages players are offered, and the feeling that the game has sold its soul to Saudi Arabia. From a fan's perspective too, more and more of them are becoming interested in the money, to the stage where some English blokes stay up all night to put bets on the under-18s Malaysian local 3rd division. For them and many, football has become a game of winning money, not the passion for the game. Also, as I mentioned at the start of the video, we know that Ivan Toney has been temporarily banned by the FA for betting offences. However, he is just one of many cases, Joey Barton and John Terry have received similar punishments, and some players, namely Keith Gillespie of Newcastle United, have even purposely betrayed their own teams, as they have placed a bet against them. I believe footballing academies should really focus on educating their players about the dangers of gambling. 32-year-old Wycombe Wanderers midfielder David Wheeler admitted that in his 15-year senior career, he has never played a match where the ball or his own kit has not been adorned with the logo of a sports betting company. Now, I want to be clear that I am not against anyone who gambles at all. If you do it and truly enjoy it or are smart with it, then fair enough, good for you. I think it's very interesting that Tony Bloom, the owner of Brighton and Hove Albion, is a sports bettor and professional gambler, but most people aren't, and the betting companies will always win in the long run. If you win too much money, your account will simply be banned. I personally choose not to gamble, as like with any addiction, you can start small but then it slowly takes over your life, which in some cases leads to further problems like alcohol and substance abuse to escape from this reality of losing. Those who participate in sports betting and are already hooked into their system are pushed towards online casinos which are open 24/7. At the end of the day, gambling is human nature, as we are always seeking to get that buzz that comes when you win, and when you don't win, people will always bet again to win their money back, falling down a spiral of constantly losing. The industry plays on this relentlessly, and I don't mean to sound deep, but in the UK alone, this addiction leads to over 400 suicides every year. 400 too many. We've undoubtedly reached a point where the betting industry is so large to be completely eradicated, but it is time to put some serious measures in place. The Premier League has put a ban on teams signing new sponsorship deals with betting companies starting in 2026, but unfortunately, that's as far as they will go. Despite the slow crackdown on gambling sponsorship in football, we are seeing a new problem arise as the number of crypto and digital currency groups that are partnering with football clubs are swiftly increasing. Crypto, of course, is also a financially risky scheme. At the end of the day, when it comes to trusting big companies to put people before profits, the odds don't look that favourable. As fans, we can choose to boycott these companies and products that present the sponsor. Furthermore, I believe the government should be doing more about this matter. I'd suggest teaching gambling and its dangers in schools. I'd like to ask you to share this video around to raise awareness and help tackle this growing problem, not just in football, but sports as a whole. Let's kick gambling ads out of our beautiful game. On your screen is a deep investigation into the game Football Manager and how that is shaping ordinary football fans to become real-life coaches.